What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is January 2nd of 2023. We have finally wrapped up 2022, and it was not the best year, but of course it was a far cry from the worst. Things are looking up, onward and upward. So I got a little bit of a December wrap up here for you guys. This does include one book I finished today on January 2nd, of course. But I read the majority of it in December, so that's what we're gonna go with. These are in order of how I finished them in December, so yeah. Starting with The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. This is book two since it's, written as one book, but published as three. Two Towers is an interesting one because I thought that I would like it more than Fellowship, and that was actually not the case. The first chapter that Treebeard is in, I did listen to this on audio and the Andy Serkis narration. It is a 30-page chapter, okay? And the audiobook is 2 hours for that one chapter. That is entirely too long. I get Treebeard and the Ents talk slow. They are in no haste. But man, it really dragged on. That was a pretty boring chapter. And then I was kind of underwhelmed by Helm's Deep. I know that may be blasphemous, but I expected it to be a little more epic. But I did still really like this book. I also was not a fan of splitting up the cast, having half of them for the first half of the book and then the other half for the second. But I did like the book, and I will be starting Return of the King probably on the 3rd or the 4th of this month. So yeah, Two Towers, good book. Next, I read The Shining. I had this on my list for December practically all year because I figured that it would be a good winter spooky read, and I was correct. I gave The Shining a 97 out of 100. There was just one small little nitpick I had at the end of the book that doesn't really hamper anything for my enjoyment of the rest of it. From the first page, the cold, bleak tone just jumps out. From the 27 Stephen King books I've read so far, I think that is his best tonally atmospheric work. So yeah, The Shining, just seeing Jack Torrance's descent into madness it's so good. It's easy to see why Stephen King became such a well-known author, basically a household name. So yeah, The Shining, you should read that this winter. And then I finished something I have been working for since last December. It took me a whole calendar year, but I did get it done. I finished the Malazan Book of the Fallen with the concluding volume, The Crippled God. This is book 10, of course. And this book, of course, there's so many different plot threads in these 10 books that it would be impossible to wrap up every single one of them. But I feel like it is just almost a perfect ending. Many times I was getting pretty emotional throughout the whole thing. And it is fire front to back. Not a page is wasted. And Malazan Book of the Fallen is a series that has dramatically changed how I view different things in life, and it has legitimately changed me as a person, and I think anyone would benefit from reading it. So The Crippled God, perfect, 100 out of 100. Just the best way to cap off an epic series like that. So yeah. Then I read The Republic of Thieves. This is book 3 in Gentlemen Bastards, which of course is the Lies of Locke, Lamora series. this gets a lot of flack online, actually, and I'm not really sure why. I think that it's actually better than Red Seas Under Red Skies, like structurally, and how it's written, but at the same time, it doesn't have any pirates, so I like Red Seas more. But I actually really enjoyed Republic of Thieves. There was one thing that came like completely out of left field. I can see people not liking it at all. I happen to enjoy it. That came out about around the end. So yeah, Republic of Thieves I actually thought was a really good book. I feel like Jean and Locke's relationship is not as well fleshed out in that one as it was in Red Seas, but still, it's funny, as all three books are. It will keep you interested pretty much the whole way through. I didn't really feel there was too many slow parts, but I think I may be in the minority on that. So yeah. And then I finally read it, Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. I finally read this book because I said in my 2022 plans video that I was going to read Realm of the Elderlings. Well, I got to it in December. So yeah, I actually really enjoyed Assassin's Apprentice. There were a couple things about Hobb's writing, like I've said, that I wasn't vibing with at first, but I did start to get a hang of it, and the way her characters come across the page just feels so real, and like within an instant you are sitting there like, I like this person or I hate this person. You just get a connection to the characters so quick, and yeah, I will be continuing Royal Assassin this month, so be on the lookout for my thoughts on that. And then the book I finished today, approximately 3 hours ago, is Ashes of Man, Sun Eater Book 6. This book, holy shit, this is a book.
No shit.
I gave this a 92 out of 100. I actually like this more than both Empire of Silence and Kingdoms of Death. So yeah, this of course was supposed to be the back half of book 4, but you know, it got split. This book has some of Ruocchio's best writing. The first 200 pages are a little bit of a slow burn, just with Hadrian dealing with the effects of the events of book 4, the end of book 4. And I think that's kind of needed because the end of book 4 was legitimately insane. So it was kind of nice to slow down a little bit and get reacclimated with everything. And then from page like 300 on, it is just balls to the wall. Some of the most ridiculous things in Sun Eater so far. So yeah, Ashes of Man. Listen, if you haven't read Sun Eater, you need to first of all track down some copies because they are getting harder and harder to find, and then you need to binge all of them in like a week. So yeah, I cannot recommend Sun Eater enough. That is my December wrap up. There was only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess it was 6 books, so it was actually pretty good. I didn't feel like I read a whole lot in December. I played quite a bit of video games, but I'm pleased with 6 books. I'm sure January will probably be less because, of course, I have started to play video games again. And that is a dangerous trap to fall into. But yeah, let me know what you read in December down in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Do all of that stuff. And I will see you next time for maybe a January TBR. So yeah, peace out.